Alright, well, we got a little lawn tractor here. Doing a little work on it. And it wouldn't start. It's got gas in it. And he's had a lot of mechanics working on it, so we thought, well, we'll check it out and see what we can do for you. So, let's spray starting fluid into the carburetor, and it'll light and run a minute, but it runs out of gas. Well, this is something that I found here. I'll move that camera up so you can kind of see it. Don't pay any attention to the bottom. That's oil, I think, but this is water, and I believe this is gasoline right here. So that came out of the tank. So I was kind of wondering why there was so much water in the tank. I'll come around here with the tripod and I'll show you what I found. Alright. So this type of gas cap has the, you can see it's got the float in it, and as the gas level comes up, but what happens is the plastic see-through around here rots away. Whenever it rains, this thing acts just like a funnel, and it'll force water right into that. So I think we're going to have to drain the whole tank. There's no drain on the tank, so I may have to suck it out with a suction unit. Somebody put a electric fuel pump you can hear it. And this is the unit right down here. That's the filter. So we'll take that filter off and see if we can blow it backwards and see if there's anything in it. Now there's a little bit of junk in there. Hit it with a blowgun just real careful like. Not much, but it still blows through. This is the inlet right here. And also on the side of the carburetor right here, that I believe is a float bulb drain. Get my handy dandy crescent wrench. I had already cracked it with the wrench a few minutes ago just to get it to come out. Yeah, it's full of water. So you can see all that oozing out of there. It's got gas and water in it. Now sometimes too, you got a blowgun. You take that and put it on the side of it. What that does is draw an air across it. It'll create a vacuum, and it'll help to suck all that stuff out of there. Otherwise you might be stuck pulling the carburetor off and taking it apart. Risk breaking gaskets. This is a 35-year-old machine, 40-year-old machine. turn this fuel pump on and we'll see if it'll flush a little bit out. Yeah, there's still some garbage in there. I think you can probably see that. See how it kind of blows that out of there? I'm putting it on the ground, but I have painted floors, so it wipes right up. See, it's that two-part epoxy. It's trying. Well, we may be in for carburetor. Alright, so you'll see me putting my hand over that carburetor while it's running. And I try to put the choke plate that's sticking up right here. I try to put that in between my fingers here. And the reason I do that is you keep hitting it like that, and what happens is if there's a little passage or something down in here that's blocked, the suction of the engine can sometimes knock it loose and it'll pull that on through. Well, it looks like it worked because now it's running without the choke on, where a minute ago it would only run with full choke. So it looks like we've cleaned it out, so we're going to have to go out and do some running to see if it'll stay running for us. But he did also inform me that when he engages the belt drive, it starts squealing and smoking, so I've got to deal with that too. Alright, well, let's try to find these online, and this is a pretty specific size. You can see that it still works okay, but as I told you in the last segment of the video, that water gets down inside here and it's filling that fuel tank full of water. So let's see how I can fix this. That's a little Milwaukee. It's pretty nice. It's got 2 speeds, slow or fast. I just use regular body sandpaper. This is like 180 grit. This is just a little drawer out of one of those organizers. Still hot. Now let's see here. Alright, as you can see, it's getting to be a little opaque from me handling it. I've got it about the size that I need, so I'm going to run the polisher. I'm going to run some of this EASTWOOD polish. It's 13138. It's for plastic. You just hit it with a little bit of that. You just got to be real careful. And you can see it's a little bit better. Now you push it down there and you got to make sure that every one of those little areas look like they are sealed up. You can kind of see it through there. And make sure this still works. It looks like it's pretty well sealed up. There's a way, I don't know if you can catch it on camera, there's a way you can kind of see where the line is for this. Yeah, and see, you can tell when it's still melted. It'll burn you a little bit. It's not, my fingers are kind of used to it as I work in welding and grinding and stuff. I don't want to pick at it too much, not till it's dry. Or not dry, but actually cooled down. It feels okay. I probably could have taken the magic marker and marked on that, but I think you know when it's full and when it's empty. And just to see how that gauge works, right there, you know, it moves up and down, and all it is this is a float, and it's guided by these two, well, it's not two, this thing's actually one piece, and it's just drilled right at the bottom for this piece to pivot. And at the top you can see it's open, so there's just a slit right here in the bottom, and as you move, of course, this stays the same, but the little piece of metal in there attached to the gauge. Very simple system. Just kind of turns. For those of you who've never seen that before. Just a real simple mechanical fuel tank gauge for a lawnmower. I put a little bit more around this edge here to kind of help, and I guess if all else fails and this turns yellow from being outside, I've still got another half right here that I can make another one out of. And this stuff, typically when it's you know, it has all this stuff just breaks right off. You know, it's real easy to just take that off, and that way it kind of stays kind of clean. Throw it on a shelf or a box or something like that. So, real simple. Until next time, bye.